I got you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is going to be a pretty swift lesson in the spirit, speaking on Satan against Satan. So, of course, all is going to tie back into America imploding um, to themselves. Implode. All right. The word implode, it says collapse or cause to collapse violently inwards. Or it says end or fall or fell suddenly or dramatically. So that's what implode means. Right now we're seeing the implode of America, not explode, but implode. Matter of fact, let's just get the word explode because it could apply to America here in this sense as well. It says burst or shatter violently and noisily as a result of rapid combustion. Matter of fact, let's get the etymology. You know, explode. The word explode. It says to reject with scorn. It says drive out or off by clapping his hiss off or a hoot off. You know how there's a stray cat in the yard, you be like, get scat. That's a form of exploding towards something. Okay, let's look at the noun. It says action of driving out with violence and noise. So actually, imploding and exploding, or being an explosion, is does both of those words do apply to America, because America will be driven out with violence and with noise coming from the missiles, and also the imploding that goes into the morality of this place. So there's something I've been doing. I've been going back and watching all the Marvel movies, starting all the way back in 2008. I think it was the first movie you needed to watch was The Incredible Hulk, and then after that you had to watch the first Iron Man. That's really what starts popping this Marvel Universe movie trilogy, whatever you want to call it. That's what started. That was the inception of everything, to where you get all the way down to the Endgame, Infinity Wars, and things of that nature with Thanos. I'm not trying to be a dork here, but I just wanted to see how everything played out from the jump. So right now I'm on Captain America Civil War. So I've watched a plethora of movies. All right. I watched a plethora of movies. And when I was watching Captain America Civil War, you know, which that name in a sense is spiritual, American Civil War, you know, that means America imploding on themselves. And in this movie, you see the Avengers imploding. Okay, they're being destroyed and decayed from the inside in a violent manner. Okay, you had Captain America was pretty much the leader of one team, and Iron Man was the leader of the other. Iron Man and Captain America fight. You know, you had I I ain't gonna be a dork, but in a sense, it was what the movie title was called. But there was one part that stood out to me the most, and it was this part right here, when Captain America was speaking to the dude who planned all of this for them. He's like, I can't. His plan was, I can't physically kill the Avengers, but I can get it to where they can fight each other and they can kill each other. So that's what was going on. So I'm gonna play this clip. I'm gonna play this clip because there's something in there that he said that triggered me to want to do a lesson on it.
I thought about nothing else for over a year. I studied you. I followed you. But now that you're standing here, I just realized there's a bit of green in the blue of your eyes.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. So it's the same thing that we do with Esau. We study and we follow this cat. You know, we know the scriptures say it in Psalms, the 55th chapter. You know, I'm gonna see if I can get it. If I can, I'll just loosely paraphrase it. I think it's verse 20. Yeah, verse 21. It says Psalm 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but yet it says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet yet were they drawn swords. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach Let's get that. I want to say it's the 16th chapter. Oh, Salakia. Let's see. Or was it the 12th chapter? Bear with me. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 16. I got it mixed up. I thought it was 16 and 12. So it says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. All right, so that's these Edomites. For so long, Jake done thought, oh, the government's doing good for us and da this, da that, but that's not necessarily the case. That's not the case at all. you know, and that's what this guy was seeing in Captain America. He's like, I've been studying, I've been watching for so long, and now I see you up close. You got green in your eyes. So that made me look up the color green. So I'm gonna start right here. Okay, I'm gonna start right here. It says the ability to put yourself in the shoes of others is one of your true talents, but you need to be careful. You don't become so involved in others' lives that you become a martyr. All right, which really the word martyr goes into being a witness, but also goes into it can go into dying as well. Um, it goes on to say you have to be careful not to become complacent and self-righteous, meaning you know shit, fuck it, proud. You know what I'm saying? It says forgetting about your own dreams and goals. All right. It says greens are generally frank. All right. Community-minded people. These are the good sides of it. We're gonna get to what I wanted to get to. It says fairly sociable because there's nothing good about Esau. All right. And when he was saying this to Captain America, when he said, I see greens in your eyes, he wasn't saying that in a sense of like a positive connotation. He was saying that in the sense of, I see who you really are, you know? And that was the spirit he was saying that, because that's when we do studies on America and things of that nature, because before this truth, we were blind to the truth and what things really were. And then we saw the greens in America's eyes. Okay. So it goes on to say, fairly sociable, preferring peace at any price. See, preferring peace at any price. All right, and that goes into whatever you think peace is. And Esau, what he thinks peace is chipping everybody and being their God. All right, and at any price he will make it happen. All right, he says you can be self-enhancing, modest, and patient, and run the risk of being exploited by others. Exactly. All right, or what you could say an exposition, where you're being exposed. All right, you may appear to be innocent and naive, and that's why I read Psalm 55 and Ecclesiasticus 12, because Esau puts the notion out that he's innocent and I'm trying to help you, and naive. Naive can go into being, you may seem gullible with things, but you are actually quite streetwise and astute, right? And that's how Esau is. He plays the part like he's humble, but in the back end, this dude is a proud psychopath. All right. It says you read others well, but often keep it to yourself. All right, and that's very sneaky and conniving when you read others well, but keep it to yourself. Now, I'm speaking in the sense of Esau. You reading in a spiritual sense, reading somebody is what you call discernment. All right, and you having a good level of discernment, but keeping your mouth shut and just observing things is a good quality. But the quality that Esau uses it as is more so as a weapon. Is how he weaponizes that attribute. Because come on, Esau, he knows sociology and psychology. He knows the mind of the people. How else has everybody been fooled? He fooled the entire planet. So he read others well, but kept it to himself. He kept the truth to himself, so no one could find out who he really was. So let's get to the point of the matter. All right, the point of what he was saying, I see green in your eyes, to Captain America. It says a negative side to the green personality is tendency towards envy and jealousy. All right, towards envy and jealousy. So let's keep going.
How nice to find a flaw.
You see, he said, how nice to find a flaw. So he wasn't meaning that in a positive sense of, I see green in your eyes.
You're Sokovian.
Because green in your eye, green is also a color of prosperity.
Is that what this is about? Sokovia was a failed state long before you blew it to hell. No. I'm here because I made a promise. You lost someone. I lost everyone. And so will you.
So I'm gonna stop it there. I was hoping this was the clip because before he said this, man, before he said, I ain't gonna sit here and find it, but if y'all go watch the movie, before he said all of that to Captain America, he had matter of fact, let me see if he says it here real quick.
An empire toppled by its enemy.
Yeah, they're perfect. I was speaking too soon. All right.
An empire toppled by its enemies can rise again. But one which crumbles from within, that's dead. Forever.
See, that was spiritual right there.
Within, ease can rise again. An empire toppled by its enemy.
So an empire toppled by its enemies, which was Israel, 70 AD. Israel was toppled by his enemies. But what is if someone was toppled by their enemies, what is he? What is it?
Rise again.
It can rise again. Israel will rise again. But let's listen some more.
But one which crumbles from within.
But one which crumbles from within, meaning which we went into imploding.
That's dead.
It's dead.
Forever.
Forever. All right. So that brings us to the scriptures here. All right. The words of Yahweh Shai. I'm going to get Matthew and Mark. Okay. This is Matthew chapter 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? Now let's get an answer. Okay. Let's get an answer to that. It says, Mark 3 and 23, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. You see that? And that's exactly what this guy was saying right here. Really, he was quoting Yahweh Shai. All right?
Empire toppled by its enemies can rise again.
Because that's the one toppled by his enemies can rise again. That's why Yahweh Shai said, if this was my kingdom, my servants will fight. I will rise. He's pretty much saying, I will rise on these motherfuckers. I will rise up again on it. And I'll bring Israel back to its former glory and its former estate.
But one which crumbles from within, that's dead. Forever.
And it was a spirit because he was talking directly to America. Okay? He was talking directly to America. All right? Yeah, that was this movie. Real talk, Captain America Civil War is probably one of the best Marvel movies made. And I say that strongly. It was probably one of the top Marvel movies ever made. You know what I'm saying? In my books, it's up there with Infinity War and things of that nature because the little subtle things that were in it showing how America is going to implode in itself, And Yahweh Shai said it perfectly. You know, if in Mark 3 and 26, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. So America is going to implode on itself, and anything that implodes on itself, it can't repair that because itself defeated itself. You defeated yourself. It's the same thing. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Let no man take thy crown." Because if you let someone take your crown, that means you destroyed your own self within yourself. You lost the battle. No one else lost the battle for you. You lost the battle for yourself. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Achakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, and rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 140 for first fruit. Brother Kashakwala. Till the next time, shalom. And like usual, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. Shalom.